Comments made by European Parliament President Martin Schulz in the Knesset recently sparked controversy, as did his decision to deliver his speech in German. Coming as this does on top of the dispute over the EU labelling Israeli West Bank products, are we entering a difficult time for EU-Israel relations?
Well, I think this was maybe unfortunate, because he said himself that he didn't check, the facts about this was about the water distribution between Israel and the Palestinians, And I think, of course, facts have to be checked. But I think also maybe the reactions from some politicians in Israel were not very, I would say, not very fair, because I think that President Schulz is a strong friend of Israel.
Schulz particularly came under fire for highlighting alleged water consumption allowances of Israelis and Palestinians. But influential Foreign Affairs Committee Chairman MEP Elmar Brok has come to the president's defense.
Martin Schulz, who is not from my party, is known as someone who is pro-Israel. Perhaps it was a mistake to say certain things on such an occasion as the Knesset, and they made one mistake not to mention the missiles going from Gaza to Israel before he spoke about the situation in Gaza. But I think Israel has also a little bit overdone it, or some of people in Israel, but others have seen it more positively, and therefore I think it will not have major impact.
However, European Jewish Parliament co-chairman Joel Rubenfeld believes that Schulz should have been more careful about the issues that he raised in the Knesset.
Well, he did a mistake. I think his motivation were not bad motivation, but when you are heading the European Parliament, when you are going to the Israeli Parliament delivering a speech of friendship, you need to be very careful about the issue you are bringing, and you can bring issues which are not, which can create some friction. That's not a problem. In the democracy, you can raise those issues, but you need to double-check the figures and not to come to the parliament relaying what a young Palestinian guy said to you a few hours before. And this young Palestinian guy, who is not, as far as I know, an expert on the water issue, he was just relaying what he saw on the Palestinian TV, which is anti-Israel propaganda.
While both sides are obviously keen to play down notions of an EU-Israel rift, there can be no doubt that tension beneath the surface is threatening the special relationship. This is James Drew for JN1 at the European Parliament in Brussels.